I thought that today was going to be the first day in a while that Epps and I did not have to go like to the post office or meet up with anybody anywhere. And then Purple Boot Girl sent me a message this morning on Facebook and asked if she could meet me today instead of tomorrow. Well, of course. Oh my God. So I'm just waiting for her to send me a message. She's supposed to message me after 12 and give me a precise time. I'm so fucking tired. I don't have any water to drink. Oh! She just sent me a message.
Say bye to my boots, baby.
Bye, boots.
We just got home. Well, I just got home from selling that girl my boots. And we met her in the Tim Hortons parking lot. So while we were there, Epps and I went through and I got a coffee and a donut. And I'm not joking you. I took one sip of this coffee. I thought somebody drugged me. I'm not joking. It tasted like taking a drink of Novocaine or like some kind of mouth numbing toothache stuff. It made my mouth and my throat numb. Yeah, I was like, baby, I think, what if somebody put something, like I literally was like, what if somebody put something in this? And he's like, I can smell it from here. So he took a drink of it and he's like, I think they just put way too much vanilla flavoring in it. I highly doubt anybody like drugged me or whatever, but I was like, they had to have not been paying attention. It tasted like 3 people had squirted vanilla flavoring into 3 or 4 people had squirted vanilla flavoring into this coffee. It made my mouth numb. It made my mouth and my throat numb like I had taken like a tube of like that toothache gel and just sprayed it into my mouth. It hurt. It hurt to drink it. What the hell? Have you ever heard of such shit before in your life? Because I haven't. Epps was like, I want to take it back. And I said, you can, but I don't want to be with you because that shit is always awkward. And we were already driving home, so he dropped me off. And he's on his way back there. And I was like, honestly, I want you to go there and like show that to them. So whoever did it knows to never do it again. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Like if somebody had like a mild allergy to something, that would be a horrible way to find out. Like, I've worked in food service before. I understand shit happens, but also I don't want to eat or drink anything that he's going to get from them for that, because I know people. I know how people are. So I told him, if you go back and you say anything, you just need it to be because I want them to be aware that it happened and to not do that again. That was absolutely horrific. I can't describe it. Like the second that it hit my mouth, it tasted like ingesting medicine. It tasted like I took a mouthful of medicine and it made my face numb. It made my lips and around my lips and the upper part of my throat numb. So I just wanted him to, I was like, if you insist on going back, just tell them, this is what happened. I don't want anything. You don't have to replace it. I just want to let you know, like, be aware of this. That just... I should have just drank my strawberry water. Yep. I went to the Goodwill. I got some things. And you want to show your bear? His bear is not from the Goodwill, but he's acting like he wants to show bear. Go ahead and show bear.
Hi. I need some cheese, please. I'm going to starve to death.
Oh my. He's really excited about this camera that I found. I'm always looking for like cameras at the damn Goodwill, and I finally found one for $5, and it looks like the only year I can find on the paperwork is 1998. And
this camera might actually be 30 years old.
It might be pretty damn close to 30 years old, and I was hoping that I would be able to try to use it. It still has the plastic on it, but the stuff's all worn off, so obviously somebody's used it. But I was hoping I would get to try it out. It takes AAAs and all I have are AAs. But he's excited about that. I found another alarm clock. And then I got a bunch of clothes. I basically got an entire summer wardrobe. for one of my kids. Look at this fucking doll.
Why is it in a wedding dress?
Why are his eyes red? Look.
What the?
What do you think? She was 99 cents and she is a something mint doll. She's a frontier. Sarah is her name. Like this
Wait a minute.
This is
Sarah is my grandma's name.
Sarah has red eyes. I don't know if you can tell. She's got really bad vibes to her. I'll tell you that much. The cashier didn't really want to touch her.
Oh God. I think the cashier knows.
She was like, I don't think I like that doll. I was like, I love her. She's gonna go upstairs with all of my other weird dolls. Hello.
I need to check my weird
And
Speaking of weird dolls, here I am.
there you are. I got some boots. They're a size 10. I'm usually a size 11, but my size 11s are getting a little loose on me. I think that's all of the stuff that I got that I think that you guys would be interested in. I'm telling you, somebody cleaned out their closet, and I started looking, and I thought that Daddy had cleaned out his closet with all the clothes that I was able to find your brother. I thought Daddy had cleaned out his closet with all the cool stuff I was able to find. Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Baby Yoda. No, but look what else I found. I found Jurassic Park. I found BB-8. Look.
Oh, my baby is.
BB-8 shirt. I found all kinds of good shit. I usually, when I go there during the week, I can't find anything good. But I found all kinds of good stuff. And basically got him his entire summer wardrobe in one quick swoop. But I will tell you, as I was picking up these shirts to buy them, I suddenly got hit with the realization that maybe his dad cleaned out his closet, and that's why there's all this stuff here.
I need epic monsters for my epic Roblox on Plant Island.
What is this? Oh, I found him a Deadpool shirt too.
And
Yeah, I'm very excited. I basically got your entire summer wardrobe, bub.
Alright.
He doesn't care. He says, I'm 11 years old. I don't give a shit about clothes. Get out of my face.
I already got him.
Okay, so according to Amazon, this camera was released in 2008, making it my oldest camera. It has the distinct honor of being the oldest camera that I own. Well, the only number that I could find on there was 1998. But I was like, I definitely had a digital camera in the late 90s, early 2000s, and they didn't have screens on them. Leave it to Amazon to correct it for me. These are the boots that I got at the Goodwill. They fit fucking perfect. Oh my god. Oh my god. A lot of the shoes that I have are starting to get too big on me because of losing weight. So I'm so fucking excited. So I was just messing around with that camera and it kept saying memory full, and I was like, my memory card is not full. They meant the internal memory is full. So I started messing around with it and I figured out how to get in and look at the memory or at the pictures that are on the card or on the internal memory. Wrong. I was wrong. It is not from the 90s. Obviously, it's way too modern to be from the 90s. It's not from 2008. There are pictures on there from Christmas 2003 through March 2004. And I've been sitting here feeling like I'm absolutely going to bawl because these are somebody's memories. There's multiple pictures of different babies and kids on here. And these kids are definitely old enough to drink at this point in their life. And I'm just sitting here looking at these pictures and how violently 2000s they are. And I cannot believe this is somebody's life and somebody's face and somebody's existence. And I found it on a camera in a Goodwill. My medication makes me cry a lot. So I might actually break down and do it. And it's funny because I was wrestling with it. Like, Epps went out and bought me batteries so that I could turn this on. And I was like, tee-hee-hee, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to see how laughably bad this thing works. And I don't know. I can't get it to read my memory card. And I don't know if I can bring myself to delete the internal memory, even though, like, I already made copies of the pictures. I took them off of here and I put them on my computer. I don't know if I can bring myself to delete somebody's memories that have been on that camera for 20 years almost. Do you even fucking understand how long it took for me to get to that? Like, the buttons on this thing don't button. They don't do what you tell them to do. So it took me like a solid 5 to 7 minutes of just repeatedly pushing the same button and turning it on and turning it off to try to get it to do what I wanted it to do. And I finally did. I was actually trying to get the camera to read my memory card so that I could go outside and try to take pictures with it and then laugh at how bad they are. And then I'm like, I got to see pictures. They're violently 2000s. Why do I feel like I can bawl my eyes out from that? Hormones? Medication? Both? Probably. Oh wow, it's super dark in here. I lost track of time because I've been making music on my iPad like a dork. I have been making music on my iPad. I've been learning how to make music on my iPad. It took me 47 fucking minutes to make 5 seconds worth of music. I have to refresh this wig. It's doing the lazy town thing, like my other one did right before I needed to cut it. I don't want to have to cut it already. I feel like I haven't had it very long. Anyways, I had multiple things that I wanted to talk about to end my vlog, and I ended up losing track of time because I've been making music on my iPad. One, when Epps went back to Tim Hortons this morning and took my drink back because it literally made my fucking mouth numb, he just told him, he's like, there's just something's just off about this. You know what the guy said? 1 second. And he comes back and he says, that's just how sugar-free stuff tastes. And Epps was like, no, actually, it doesn't taste right. And the guy gave Epps a free drink, like a replacement drink, and I didn't drink it because I'm paranoid. Yeah. Oh, what else was I wanting to address? Oh yeah, yes, I drink bottled water. I want you to Google what is the most polluted river in the United States. And then think about the fact that that's where my drinking water comes from. And think about the fact that they literally financially compensate people. And that the EPA tells us to not eat it. Don't consume it. And yeah, I drink bottled water. We go through water filters like crazy. They end up black within a week. So now that that's out of the way, oh my God. So you guys know how I told you that my neighbors always have like a bajillion people over at their house? My sister came here yesterday because I gave her one of my old cameras because I really want her to have a hobby. I think that everybody needs to have a hobby that is just for them. You may think of that as selfish. I don't care. I think everybody needs to have their own thing outside of, you know, being a spouse or being a parent. I think that you deserve to be your own human with your own thing. That is, you can call it selfishly just for you. Yeah, so I gave her one of my old cameras and she came over to get it and she was like, my God, you are not over exaggerating. So when I came home from Goodwill a little bit ago, I had to park 5 houses down and carry all that shit. And not only did I get that stuff that I showed you guys earlier, I also got a shelf. I had to carry all that shit down the street. Now, the only time before these people ever moved in that I ever had to deal with like bad parking was like when the Catholic school up the street has fish fries. Oftentimes the parking becomes hell, but that usually doesn't last more than a few hours. This is all day, every day since they moved in. I have lived here for almost a decade. I'm sad about this. I'm sad about this. I literally sat in my room with my wig cap on, mentally preparing myself to leave to go to the Goodwill, which you guys know, and I went by myself. You guys know that me going places like that without Epps or one of my kids is a big fucking deal. Well, I felt good today, and I was like, I want to go to the thrift store. Like, something in me is telling me go to the thrift store today, and I'm glad that I did because I got a bunch of good deals. But like, I was more worried about the fact that I was going to come home and not have a place to park than I was about the fact that I was going to have to go to the Goodwill and be around people, and more so be around like kids, because kids were getting out of school at that hour, and the high school and the middle school basically share a parking lot with the Goodwill. It's that bad. Like, if my existence was doing that to another human being, I would not be happy with myself. I would be like, if my existence is making the existence of other people around me hard, I would not be happy with myself. And it's hard because she's really nice. She's really nice. She gave E 2 stereos and a toy robot dog. And she's so nice, but she has so many people over at her house all the time that they take up the entire street with parking. And they make me feel really uncomfortable when I leave my house. And I feel like I can't even go out in my backyard without them watching me. I can't walk my dog past their house without them yelling and trying to talk to me. And selfishly, I'm just like, man, I've lived here for a decade and my life has been peaceful. Other than the little boy up the street that likes to yell. My life has been peaceful, and now all of a sudden, just overnight, all that changed. It's not, I mean, I'll get over it. I have to. I'll get over it. I have to. But like, man, it sucks. It does. You know, it does. And I feel bad because she's such a nice person, and I'm sure she's a great person. All those people over at her house probably need her, you know? But my God, it makes me uncomfortable in my own home. It makes me uncomfortable to leave. I have anxiety about walking past their house, about being in my yard, about going outside and getting in my vehicle and leaving and buying anything that I think that I'm going to have to walk back down the street. I'm anxious about having to park my van far away from my home because I don't know what's going on around it when it's parked that far away. Like, just selfishly, all of that. But also, I wanted to talk about something a little more lighthearted. So I don't know if you guys noticed, I went back to Depop. I have a toxic relationship with the bitch. I have a very toxic relationship with Depop. I don't want it, but I need it to make ends meet in my house and also to clear space so that I can afford other things. But I literally, you guys, these people are so good. They're so good at just being on these sites. It's not even funny. So if you follow me on there, you know that I just recently went in and put my store policy as one of the pictures in my listings. And it says, like I have an FAQ. If you ask for measurements, I make sure that the brand of everything that I am selling is in the description of the item. Please check the brand's website for measurements. If you're going to ask me, does it run big or small? Check the brand's website for measurements. So they start evolving. They ask the same questions. They just word them in different ways. Do you have any pictures with this on? You can't ask me to measure it for you. And you can't ask me if it runs big or small. So what you want is pictures of somebody wearing it. And there's no way to send pictures on Depop through DMs. But that's what they're asking. Can I, because if you would be able to show it to the person, they'd be like, okay, but how tall are they and how much do they weigh and what's their cup size and blah, blah, blah. Asking the same question in a different way. They're smart. They're smart. I'll give them that. They know how to run around it. If they want to ask it, they'll ask it, but I'm just going to ignore them anyways. But I was talking to Joe about this one day, and it's like, I'm not breaking my back for like the $10 I'm going to make off of this. Cause I have like went so above and beyond for people in terms of like, I had this one girl ask me, this was years ago, asked me, oh my God, can you take it outside in natural lighting? Oh my God, can you take it in the bathroom in fluorescent lighting? Can you put it inside? Like wanting various pictures of this thing that I was selling in different lighting. I've had people just ask me like these insane questions and want me to take pictures and do measurements and what's this and what's that. And you go so above and beyond for them, and you spend an hour plus communicating with them, and sometimes even through email, because some of these people will take it off of Depop because they want to see pictures, and then they don't even buy it, or they ghost you, or it's not what they were looking for. You know what I mean? You ultimately end up running around like a fucking chicken with its head cut off for them to not buy it. And it's just like, I refuse. You all can try to talk circles around me all you want. It's not happening. It's not happening. You're good. I'll tell you that much. You're good. But I'm not doing it. I'm not. My prices are so cheap. It's like buy it or don't buy it, you know? I'm sorry. But I've become emotionally blunted to these things, which is a good thing for me. I have stopped caring about rude people, stopped responding to rude people, and using the block button. And that's basically why I went back to Depop. And it was probably the best decision that I've ever made, because it has definitely helped my whole household in terms of income. But like, geez Louise, these people, it's like a lifestyle. It really is. Oh shit, it's 8:30. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.